Spit your game, talk your shit, rap your game, call your flow, use your clip, hit the right one, step and we exactly like one.
This is Pauliano, Spit Your Game, Talk Your Ish podcast, episode 4.
I'm Bano.
And I'm Winter.
Ooh, what a week, man. What a fucking week.
Wow. Like, that's what I could say is wild, man.
Okay, so today we want to discuss and talk about, are we tired or are we bored with the whole, everything that's going on? Is it because we're tired or is it because people are bored?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think you have people that are genuinely tired of the police brutality, and I think that you got people that are just bored sitting at home, so it's something to do. It's nothing else on TV. It's nothing going on, so yeah, it's something. It's something to do to be outside. You got a reason to riot. You got a reason to loot, steal, do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, man. But I could agree with you when you say it's a little bit of both, but I think it's more on the side of people is really tired because, you know, we had these protests and marches and maybe a little looting before, but not on the scale it is now. Like, I saw on the news, they said every state in America protested. So they in Alaska with it right now. Every state. So when you in Alaska protesting, you gotta make a change, bro. Like, people was tired.
Alaska got 4 movie theaters, and that state is huge.
Yeah, what you gonna be in the ice?
It's colder than a motherfucker.
No, it's-
talking about
no,
Black Lives Matter. You got to be mad
no,
to be in Alaska
seriously.
talking about Black
Yeah.
Lives
Because
Matter.
I know that they was been bored. And you know what I'm saying? I was watching like a Snapped or something, and a girl, she like killed a girlfriend or whatever. And I was like, anytime I watch anything, I always try to Google just to see, like, I want to get a backstory because I'm just sitting, they like, oh, they was so bored. They was like, they didn't do nothing. They just, now look, I'm like, well, how many movie theaters do they have? They got 4. Alaska is probably the biggest state. How you gonna have 4 movie theaters?
Well, you know, Alaska really ain't a state.
You know what I mean.
Brother Paul.
You know what I mean.
all right.
But I'm just saying.
America stole it.
All right.
Okay.
Speaking facts.
All right.
But
I'm
so-
just saying that I know that I
Right.
feel that they are tired. Okay, granted that they looting, but that's a part of protesting. So they trying to act like, oh, why they doing that? Why they doing it to these stores? What's the girl name from Love and Hip Hop? She crying, oh, Gucci ain't
Chicana,
do
right?
nothing to you and
Yeah.
all this other type of stuff. And Gucci ain't do nothing for me either.
Right.
So again, I'm not an advocate for, you know, oh, y'all going, breaking down your own neighborhoods. But we don't live in Soho. They don't even want us to live there.
First of all, Gucci, you ain't off the hook. We remember that. We remember that shit you did.
You know what I'm saying? So now
So F
everybody
Gucci.
is
Yo,
everybody
Blue
is
Gucci.
everybody is like, oh, you know, why they doing this?
Yeah.
Or why they doing that? They didn't do it before. It don't matter. The time is now. So that because they didn't do it before when Eric Gardner died or what. Look, now is now.
So all right. So last week we addressed George Floyd. I think they had just locked up the initial officer.
Right. The
So
devil.
between now, the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Between now and last week and now, the other 3 officers was charged. Every state was rioting, looting.
Protesting.
They started curfew, protesting. So do you think that black people and non-racist white people and people of other races, are they genuinely tired of police brutality? Are they is it to the point where, like, no, now we're demanding change? Or is it because it's nothing else to do? People are out of work.
Even if it's nothing else to do, that don't mean I want to go out and loot. I could just nothing else to do, sit myself in a house.
I'm saying, like,
But again, history shows that when white people didn't like something, this is what they did. So now that they're acting like, whoa, what's this?
hold
What
on.
are y'all doing?
Matter of fact,
you know what
good
I'm
point
saying?
you made. White people, they rioted and looted when they couldn't keep us as slaves.
Right.
They went crazy, but nobody's speaking of that.
Yeah,
And
now they acting like it did. Like, oh no, that didn't happen. Like, what are y'all talking about?
yeah,
no.
y'all did. We remember that too. We don't
Right.
forget.
Right.
But I think, like, right now, you know, the country in the uproar. So it's opportunity for everybody. There's an opportunity for people that's really tired. There's an opportunity for the whites. They're just mad because they can't go to the bars, drink their beers. So everybody's coming out pretending it's for this one cause or it's for their personal agenda. Whatever group you're a part of, whatever terrorist group, whatever you're a part of, because they out there. So it's an opportunity for everybody. But I think it'd be more for opportunity for the people that's fighting for justice in
I
this
feel like
country.
the people that are really fighting, they are protesting. They don't necessarily have to be looting. We already touched on why did they loot at Target. So now when everybody, first of all, they gave not even everybody. Because
Right.
if you owe child support, you didn't get it.
Right.
So they gave us $1,200. Maybe they ain't give me the extra $5. They say that my kid is not mine, but that's another topic.
Wow.
Anyway,
Okay.
so they did that in April, March, right? So now we in June.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck was we supposed to do with the $1,200? Pick and choose what we was gonna pay for?
Right.
I gotta pay my. First of all, I know everybody rent is more than $1,200 unless you live in the P's.
Mm-hmm.
I'm paying my rent. I gotta buy food. Food is expensive. Light, none of that stuff was like, oh, you don't, my phone. So what I'm gonna do, if I have the money, I'm gonna not pay my phone bill, and now my phone bill gonna be $1,000 when I come to. How the hell I'm gonna get from $1,200 to disperse it wherever I have to?
Right.
Like, come on now. Of
think-
course, I'm gonna get some new drip, and that's it.
I think they should have gave people survival things that they need, like give each household a $1,500, $2,000.
They shoulda gave them food stamps.
pass or
Exactly.
food stamp.
Right.
Like you know, like a temporary card just for all the households to buy food.
Right. That would have been good.
Since you run, yes, they run
Now
the
we gotta
country.
stay in the house.
Tell all the light companies, yo, listen, suspend all lights. We'll pay y'all, suspend it all, and we'll give y'all a tax cut for all households for 2 months. Like, do things like that. If you got water bills,
They not
suspend that.
proactive.
you
for
think,
us.
Do you think if they would have did that, that would have stopped the looting and the
No, looting. I'm saying that was opportunity for people to get free stuff. And like people say, oh, they tearing down their community. First of all, they wasn't doing it in the poor neighborhoods. About time they was doing it in the rich neighborhoods, so they could feel our pain. So
I agree with that.
I don't see nothing like. Shout out to Michael Jordan. He donated $100 million.
About time.
About time.
Shit, that 100
All the
million,
sneakers I got,
that
like-
might be my 100 million
Like,
from years.
so-
That 100 million might be mine.
But it's a start.
I ain't even gonna hold you up.
We can't keep
He
in-
might just be paying me back.
You know, we can't keep
That ain't no
condemning.
reparation, nigga.
We can't keep condemning these people. Like, so people was waking up to the cause. So shout out to Mike. You know what I'm saying? About time. But he did a good thing. And I just hope that other people follow. But then again, if I was donating money, I want a paper trail.
Of course.
I'm putting $100 million. Where it's going, I want to watch it. I want to see it at work. Like, I want to see it.
Let me piggyback off what you said, P, because a lot of people were saying about blacks looting and rioting in their own community. And I did a lot of thinking, and I disagree with that. Because Vinny's wasn't touched in our neighborhood. Bed-Stuy Fly wasn't touched in our neighborhood. And for those, and the reason why is because they give back to their community. So if you are a mom and pop store and you're like, yo, they burnt down my business, ask yourself, did you do anything to help that community?
Because they would be like,
Because
we ain't
people
going
would be
there.
like, nah, leave them alone, or don't come here, because it's people remember that, people understand that. So when you go to Soho and when I see black people advocating for Louis and Gucci and Goyard and all this other stuff, I'm like, you guys look like house niggas. Like, how are you advocating for why people are doing this? No, I'm not.
Because they ain't
saying,
getting no free stuff.
Right, it might be jealousy, but at the end of the day, it's like these places are insured. They're gonna get their money back. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna recoup that loss. They're gonna come back, and it's gonna be like nothing ever happened. Now the mom and pop stores, I do understand that, and it's unfortunate, but it's always been casualties of war. If you look back in history, it's always been casualties of war, so people could get their point across. You understand what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate that it took this, that it had to come to this for people to understand that Black lives do matter. We shouldn't be saying Black Lives Matter in 2020. That shouldn't be a phrase. That shouldn't be a hashtag. That shouldn't be. And when we say Black Lives Matter, I don't want to hear all lives matter. I don't want to hear the but. I don't want to hear all that. We talking about Black lives right now. I'm not saying all lives don't matter, but Black lives are endangered. So that's what we're discussing now. So I think, and how do you guys feel when people say Black Lives Matter and then you hear somebody shout all lives matter? Or
I just don't pay attention to when they say that. I'm not even listening. Just the same way that they not listening, I'm not going to listen to that, because the fact that we have to say it is crazy to me.
Right.
It's crazy that when they do that timeline, you know, they say like, oh, we had 400 years of slavery, and then they have like this little piece when they're saying like, oh, this was segregation. And then like we only was at 1950. My mother was probably born in 1954. So the fact that that's 60, my mother's like 61. The fact that this was happening when my mother was born and when she came up, it's crazy to me that we're still even, it's not, you know what? I'm not going to say that it's crazy because look, slavery was going on for 400 years. So we might be in this for another 400 years. We don't know. We don't even know.
Right. That's real shit though. But we haven't seen nothing of a magnitude of this as far as
No, you absolutely right. And I contribute that to
the world coming together.
I contribute that to us not having anything to distract us, like I said last week. So now, what do I see pop up? Oh, the NBA's back July 31st. I see what that
you gotta
is.
give us something.
Yeah, but like I think it's a good thing that we don't have nothing to distract us because
So now we could keep our foot, no pun intended, on their neck. Because that's what they have to know.
Takes.
They have to know that we are not just gonna sit back and be like, oh, okay, yeah, y'all can just do whatever. So now Minneapolis has banned the chokehold and all of that. I feel like they've been making I feel like they have been making.
No, I disagree with you.
Wow,
did you just see the video that when they was protesting in Minneapolis, the police drove by. These people is on the side of the road. They was macing them. Like, come on, dude.
But they're not.
Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all just killed somebody.
But what the mayor and what the governor are doing don't always have to reflect on what the police are going to carry out.
You control them.
But
those
that's
judges,
you
they
can't
work for
say
you.
that. You cannot say that.
You didn't know they was going to go mace them that day.
You're right, but
You
fire
cannot
them.
say that.
I'm
sure they're gonna get fired. Now,
But at this point,
action.
But listen, that's what we're saying. That we don't know that. We don't know if they took action or not. We have to wait until the news reports. Or if somebody independently.
Prime example. Remember when they did that to them 2 college kids in Atlanta? Look how fast they got fired. Them cops in Atlanta got fired. All 4 of them got fired and charged.
What's the mayor of Atlanta name?
I forget her name.
I forgot her name, but she acted on it immediately. Fired them right now.
No, seriously, because they got charged and arrested before the people from Minneapolis. But because I feel like the pressure is on, they cannot sit back and just be like, oh, all right, whatever.
You can look up that lady
I
name,
feel like
the mayor of Atlanta for us, man.
New York is moving
give her a shout out, man.
like a snail. They moving very snail-like with anything that's happening. They immediately put, the curfew, but y'all still not saying like, oh, y'all shouldn't be so. Y'all saying that they have to use excessive force when somebody's not even being like, aggressive.
So a black.
Shout out to Keisha Bottoms. Shout out to Keisha Bottoms, mayor of Atlanta, man.
So this week also, a black man was killed in Brooklyn, in Kingsborough. The cops shot him. It was like, I think it was 10 officers that fired their guns.
Okay, so but did he have a gun?
They said that they saying that he had a gun. People are saying, the facts of the case haven't come out, but allegedly he had a gun. Allegedly he shot another individual. The cops asked him repeatedly to put his gun down. He didn't, and they shot him like it was I want to say maybe over 20 times. How do you feel about that? And to piggyback off that question, how do you feel about people who saying black people kill black people as well? Should it be in conjunction with what's going on here?
Well, on the first topic you said, I don't really want to speak on that case because, rest in peace to that brother, but the facts haven't come out yet. So,
Right, so we don't necessarily
really know
if he had the gun, if he didn't have the gun.
Because I don't trust the NYPD, so
right, okay.
Maybe I'm not gonna go with what they say. I'm gonna wait till the facts come out.
Right.
And then on the next thing, it start with us, man. It has to, because we can't rally when they doing it like, yo, y'all don't care about each other. But then when they do it, we in the uproar. Let's do it when there's a regular murder in the neighborhood. Let's rally. Let's protest in the streets where that person got murdered. Let's protest, because if we start with us and we care about us, then nobody can kill us. Because they're gonna fear us.
I agree to an extent, P, but a black person never killed another black person for being black, son. All races kill each other. You have white on white crime. You have.
They don't say that though. They don't say.
They don't highlight that.
They don't say Spanish on Spanish
black crime, because maybe it is more. Maybe it is excessive.
But it's not. It's
but
not.
A black person never. Why you killed him? Because he was black. You never heard that. That's what we're. But so it shouldn't matter that yes, we have to police our own. We have to be a better community. But I feel like a lot of these kids that's coming up that are committing crimes against their own race is because they feel like nobody cares about them. So if you feel like nobody cares about you, you're gonna be like Pac. Nigga, I don't like myself. Nigga, you remember Pac and Juice. Nigga, like that was his mentality. So if you see that, all right, now people are starting to make a change. Now you're gonna develop a respect. You
And
might
it's
not
not
like
about
a, you might not like a
acceptance
nigga.
either. It's
You
not
might
about
not like an
acceptance.
individual, but you might develop a respect. So I don't think that because black people kill black people should matter how white people treat black people, because we're not killing each other because we're black. And you're killing me before. I can't help that I'm black. I can't help it.
Right.
You can't help that you're black. This is how we are. I can't dislike you for something that's out of your control. So that's why we're being killed. When you ask a racist, why don't you like black people? If we take it back to slavery, if we take it back to 1960, we take it back to 1920, 1865, what is the reason that they're going to say? Savages, you came and got us. You could have let me be a savage in Africa. You came and got me.
You brought me here.
You brought me here. So how the fuck am I say you? How you knew I was a savage? You was coming around looking, snooping in your nose in business. You ain't had no business to.
That savage came from. They was actually the savages. They was
They
living.
are.
That's what I heard.
Ain't no
They
was.
was living.
Give us that lesson, P.
They was living in the Caucasus Mountains. They didn't know how to eat, cook their
about it, P.
food. They didn't know how to do nothing right.
Right.
We taught them how to walk, how to cook food, how to eat, how to live off the land. We taught them.
And still are.
And we still are.
Absolutely.
And then, so they was the original savage. So everything that they did,
They wanna
flipped
bestow
it and
upon
put it
us.
on
That's what they wanna do.
Like they make fun of black people from eating watermelon. Watermelon is actually good for you.
Right.
It's good for your skin. It's good vitamin. That's why they eat a lot of it in Africa. They in the sun all day.
Right.
And it's so crazy. These racists, they know that. But they'll make a joke out
They
of it.
want to change the narrative.
So
That's what they
change
do.
the narrative.
That's
You know what I'm
they do.
saying? Like, they know that we the aboriginal people
Do you
of the
think
planet.
not trying to cut you off, do you think racist people really know, or are they just really blindly ignorant?
Nah, they just smart. They smart. They know.
I'm talking about red. I'm not talking about
Yeah, they know.
racists in corporations. I'm talking about your Alabama, Southern truck
Of
drivers,
course they
Confederate
know, bro.
flag people.
The same way
racist.
the ones that's woke in the black community, we get taught this. They
They
get
get
taught that.
taught-
That's
they
why
get
they
taught
hate.
hate, yeah.
Because they know we're better. We're original.
Okay.
That's like, your Jordan's real. Your Louis bag, your Chanel bag real. The person that got the fake one see you, they could tell the difference.
Right.
Like, damn, this shit real, my fake. He
That's
might
a-
not like you.
That's a great
So
analogy.
when they see
P.
us-
that was a great
So when they
analogy,
see us, they like, damn, look at that man. Standing tall, structure we built, hair glistening,
athletic.
athletic, strong-minded. These black people been through shit, still standing strong.
You know how I know that they
making
so
something
barbaric?
out of nothing. They
Right.
making
The only sport
I'm
that they
saying?
play is hockey. That's the only one there's no black people. And what they get to do on the hockey field? They get to fight. They can't do that in basketball. If they can't do that.
That was dope, P.
the major
That was a dope analogy. you
and
did.
the major thing they taught us that like I believe is never gonna go away in our lifetime is self-hate, yo.
Right.
Like we would hate the dude would dislike you because you just you. Like you carry yourself, this is you. You
Some
could be
people
a
hate
square,
you how
take
other
care of your
people like
family.
you.
Right. But that is the
A girl will
that's
be
the
jealous
fact
of
the
how your
matter.
man treats you.
That's
Right.
the fact
he
of the
always
matter.
buying her
But
this
that's
and that.
But
They'll
that's
hate you. That's
the
self-hate.
piggyback off of the people those are the people that remind me when you hear people advocating for Target, advocating for all these stores that got looted and that got criminalized, victimized. Those are like the house
They not
niggas, the
victims.
bootlicker.
You know what I
They
mean?
not
Like
victims.
those are the people that like is telling the slave master, yo, these niggas is about to try to run on you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like you said, it's self-hate. Maybe you hating because nobody called you about that Chanel bag. Or maybe they did call you and you ain't had the money to buy it at the time. Like, damn, yo, I gotta. And now
I'm
your
not
homegirl
buying
got
no
it.
stolen goods for 75%. It's
Yeah.
not
Oh, yeah.
happening.
Let me interject real fast. I gotta say something. I'm not trying to get off topic, but back in our second episode, we talked about scamming, right? We talked about how scamming fucked up the streets. I don't know if y'all didn't listen, you didn't watch it, whatever. But to the looters, to the people that's selling these items that you got through the course of this week. How are you charging 75%? How? Like now, I don't want to hear nothing about no punch work, P.
No.
I don't want to hear nothing
About anything.
about you having to buy cards. You broke a glass. You took a brick.
And you didn't even have to do
through
it.
the fucking glass.
You didn't even have to
and
do
you
it.
ran in there and you did what you did. Then you decided, you know what? Fuck K. Fuck his podcast. Fuck what he said. I'm still gonna call him. I'm gonna tell him, yo, K, I got this Goyard wallet. It's $1,100 online. Give me $800.
800.
Hey man, your price is your price, man.
You right.
Hold on.
You
Keep your
right.
price your price,
You
bro.
right. So you know what I did? I said, you know what? Pull up, my nigga. I got you. He pulled up. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we did the transaction. I gave him $350, and I walked out that car.
They gonna kick your ass, man.
You know what I
Keep
mean?
trying to play them, man. They
$350
want
for
their
my
price,
wallet.
Kate.
I'm not paying $75.
I know.
Listen, and you lucky I'm not no real square because you'll go to jail. You'll go to jail.
Exactly.
Either pay let me pay my price.
Or you going to
or
Rikers Island.
Or you going to Rikers Island. Give it to me for my price or you going to jail. But no, not to get off top. I just felt like we had to address that because I was getting calls all week and the prices was just
They were
astronomical. Ridiculous.
Outrageous.
You know, and the whole purpose is to get the shit off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What
that's
are
the
you
whole
going to
purpose.
do with 10 bags?
Right. So
What are you going to
but-
do with shoes you can't fit?
But P, back to what you were saying as far as self-hate. Do you think that black people are the culture that hate they self the most?
Of course I do. It is. I'm saying it's true. Like, just look at the murder rate across America. Go look up the murder rate across China, Japan, India. We killing ourselves the most. Like, why is that? People try to play, oh, we all in the hood. We trying to find a way out. Are you really trying to find a way out? Or you just comfortable of what you in? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Shout out to the brothers that do make it out, that take their family out, and that's the goal. But I'm saying once you make it out, give back.
What about these celebrities that's not giving back? That a lot of these celebrities that we see that was more vocal about the boy coming home who ratted on everybody, but don't have a lot to say about what's been going on. Don't have much to are not protesting. And like I said, a lot of rappers. And I know that a lot of rappers can't be on the front line because it'll take away from the movement. You can't have somebody like Jay-Z or you can't have somebody like Meek out in a crowd because it's going to take away from what the message is. Because people are going to be more in tune with, oh, shit, that's Jay. Oh, shit, that's Meek. Oh, shit, that's B. So you can't be mad at those type of A-list celebrities being on the front line. Like somebody like T.I. who's already a philanthropist, who's already, like, that's what he normally does. Like, that's in his...
So he should have been there.
But he's been
He was
out
out
there.
there.
No,
that's
thank
what I'm
you.
saying. Like that's in his, like, you got the Killer Mikes, but I'm just saying, like, you notice a lot of people on social media are saying, yo, where's such and such at? What
I saw J. Cole out there, though.
What is such?
He's an A-list.
But he's
He's
always like he's always
He's
just
for the people.
So how do you feel about the artists that are not but are more vocal about issues about like
This
you
is
said?
this is the time to separate the boys from the men. So now, if you don't see them in this time supporting what needs to be supported, then you don't support them.
And
Because at the end of the day,
That's real shit.
at the end of the day, they need everybody not realizing that everybody needs each other to do whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
If you need a job, you have to work for somebody. Even if you have a business, you need people to patronize your business. Everybody needs each other. So it's give and take, give and take. Right. So if they're not giving, then we no longer give them. And that's just how that has to go.
That's real
so
shit.
when
I
they
respect
saying that, oh, don't spend no money July 7th, nah, we already said that we need to not be spending
we
money.
got to keep enforcing July 7th. Everybody remember.
So yeah, we could, let's not jump out the window and say a month, even though that's what we feel. We feel it should be a month. Let's see how the 7th go. And then we can keep on going. Because in a little while, if they don't get their jobs back, they ain't going to be spending money. No way.
Okay.
Right. It's
And
gonna be a lot more
I want to
stealing.
piggyback on what y'all said before. Then again, like you said, don't support them. They're not supporting us.
And
But
wait a minute. And let's also celebrate Juneteenth. Because that's our holiday. July 4th is not our holiday.
Juneteenth.
We don't even, that means nothing to us.
'cause that Constitution wasn't written for us. We're going to get into that too.
Go ahead, P. Not with
But
the
like,
history, like what you
not like like she said, if the artists or the A-list celebrities, they not supporting us, don't support them. I agree, but then we got to be aware that they don't own themselves. They not in control. Like, let's be honest. white, rich, Jewish people run these record labels. They run these movies. So they can't speak out.
So you think if they speak out, they're gonna get in trouble or something?
Of course. Just like an NYPD cop can't. I have a friend that's a cop. She's a female. She called me. She's like, I saw your podcast. You got a problem with us? And I told her how I feel.
Us.
And then she was like,
Us.
But she was joking though.
Am I going to jail?
Nah.
What the fuck is you talking about?
She was joking with me. She was,
You able to get
it was
through.
it was a little joke
to
though.
block your ass.
It was a little joke. And then I said, yo, but why y'all can't speak out? She said, yo, I ain't gonna lie. We can't. It could be wrong, but they can't. As it's just against their guidelines. They can't go against the grain. And she said, I know they wrong, but I can't knock it. She got to feed her family. So just like these artists.
But you rather compromise your morals. You rather have people.
But bro, you
remember that
can't-
video of that black man? He's a cop standing in front of Atlantic Center. That black woman was screaming at him. Yo,
Nah.
as soon as you take that uniform off,
You
one
still
of us.
black.
They look at you as one of
And
us.
that's
You
a
He
still
started
black.
crying.
Look at how long
he
they
started
took.
Crying. He started
Look how
crying.
long they took to
I know, I
arrest the
saw that.
officers in Minneapolis. They arrested those officers. They were, first of all, it was 6 of them. 5 of them were black. They arrested them within days.
Yeah.
They were still didn't arrest the officers in Minneapolis. So when y'all be talking like, oh, because we police and this and this and that, we don't, these people, us, we don't get to choose to be black. So we don't get to take it off and put it back on,
But
go to
when
work
you-
and do something. When you're a police officer, you can take that off. So when you have that badge on, you're just a nigga in a badge. And when you take it off, they will crucify you. And that's just it. The same thing
So-
that they did to that Chinese man, because I don't think that he necessarily wanted, you know what I'm saying, to shoot him. Like he was just like, oh, I just feel like I want to shoot him. You understand? Over here, he was scared. Why would y'all put him in a high crime situation? He's a rookie.
That's-
that doesn't even make any sense to me.
That's another thing. But go ahead, P. What you think as far as the cop? Because I see that you think.
Yeah, but like at the end of the day, like they feeding their family. So, but as long as they're not,
But
she-
that even
but
goes
she
against
out here
what you
doing-
say. That goes against what you say.
When I say they all is one, that's a fact. You represent that. But at the end of the day, that's
You
like
going into that
they look,
knowing that.
they look at us
Right.
all criminals, right? We go outside knowing that. So we not supposed to go outside and go about that day. We know that us being black can get pulled over, get murdered.
It's not the
So
same.
we supposed to
It's
stay in the
not the
house
same.
and hide.
Nah,
as long as she's going to work or him going to work, and they're not doing that, and if they see that and they can act, because she told
But
me.
how many times? And like I said, we don't see people. It's rarely we get to see other cops check other cops until now.
We've been seeing
But
it.
let me add.
Shout out to them good cops
We've
out
been
there.
seeing it now.
true.
The first time we seen a cop check another officer was that female cop in Fort Lauderdale when she checked the other cop for pushing that lady on the ground when she was protesting. This is what I
got
feel like
fired.
this. If you see the KKK helping people across the street, giving food to people during the day, but at night they going around lynching black people, your reasoning can't be, oh, because they do good shit. You know what they do at night.
At the
So
end of the day.
I wouldn't join the KKK. You understand what I'm saying? Just because you give out food during the day and you helping old ladies across the street or you building houses or whatever, but at night you going around murdering, burning crosses in front of black people that did no crime, I hold you all accountable. It doesn't matter. I know for me as a man, being what I went through, regardless of me going to jail or nothing, just the principles that I stand on, I could not be a cop. I would turn my badge in. Because of the simple fact of the matter is I don't want to be associated. You're not going to be around somebody that rap.
No.
If you know a nigga that told, he can't sit next to you. He can't get in your car. You're not going to hang with him. You're not going to take pictures with him. Why? Because you don't associate with that. You understand what I'm saying? It
because
doesn't
what
matter
he view is,
whether-
what you view is wrong.
whether
What
he
did is
told
wrong.
on you, whether he told on somebody you don't know, just the fact that you know that this nigga told you a part of a society that I don't condone.
Right.
And that's just the same shit with police, my nigga. These cops know what's going on.
And
the
we
fact
not saying
you
that y'all
can't-
gotta speak out like publicly, but y'all gotta you don't have to be so aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
If one is being aggressive, the next one follows suit. Like,
Yo, you
oh,
can't be
okay,
my partner. You
okay.
wildin'.
Yeah,
I would
but-
go to the captain. Listen,
I'm
you
saying-
got us in these urban
I'm pretty
areas.
sure-
We can't handle that. I
I'm
need
pretty
another
sure
partner. You
that
gonna
they
get me
can.
killed or we gonna
I'm
wind
pretty
up killing
sure they
somebody.
can do that amongst them at the quarters.
And I'm
but
not
they
asking
just
them
can't
to
go
do on the front
publicly,
line.
though.
I'm not asking them to
That,
be
I'm
on the
saying,
front
but
line.
that's
I'm
what
not
that's what she
asking them
was
to do
explaining
that.
to me.
Right.
So like, let's go back and like the artists, they can't go out there and be like, yo, such and such. If you know this dude talking about, yo, what you just say, bro? Like, not for nothing. Why you think a lot of these people when they say certain things on national, like Snoop Dogg for instance, he balked on Gail, like and we was like, yeah, that's right, get her, because she was dead wrong, and then they turn around and apologize. You honestly, you think that they want to do that because they have to.
Right.
Because your career's on the line. You want to ride with, you want to take a stand and be a martyr, and then your career. He got cooking shows with Martha Stewart. You think these white people going for that? Because they already look at Gail and Oprah as white.
Right.
Where's she at right now? I ain't hear nothing from her or Gail. But they could go on national TV and tear down the dead black man that did good to this world, that changed the world with basketball. And then now y'all not here, so we already know what side y'all on. So shout out to Snoop Dogg though, but it's just my opinion. You apologize to her.
Right. I mean, I
Because
definitely
the
fucks with
connection
Snoop.
she got, so that's what I'm saying.
I
These
think
people.
I watched the apology with Snoop, and I think what made him, and I'm just going off of my speculation, was they compared like, you know, your mother watching and how would you feel like if that was your mother. And, you know, once you play the mother card or once they hit home, people look at it different. You know what I'm saying? Like so I think that's what it was.
He could have did it. He could have did it more respectfully.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I agree with him 100% about that situation with, you know, with Kobe passing and you know what Gail was insinuating, interviewing, but Lisa Leslie, right? But I think that with Snoop, it was just because, you know, when somebody say, well, what did your mother say? You know your mother wouldn't want to hear you call nobody no dog face bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? And even though
she's still a dog face
right,
bitch.
even though it was called for it, I think that's what it was. But I do understand what you're saying. But when does it come? When do you get to the point?
Enough? When
right,
is it like, all right, well, look,
that's what
I got enough money.
Are you willing to risk your career
money
for your self-integrity? Are you willing to do that?
Right.
Are you willing to risk your career? Fuck being in the next movie. Fuck this next album. Fuck getting this next $1 million budget for my album. They are killing my people. It's wrong. What can I do to help?
And I have the voice.
So are you as a man? Would you do that? Could you do that?
Stand up for my people?
Or like, yo, I gotta be quiet because of my career.
I'm saying, of course I would. I stand up for my people. But then, like I said, to go back, these people don't control their own careers. For example, Black Lives Matter. They not run by a black person. There's a Jewish white man that runs the whole Black Lives Matter. So how is we really running Black Lives Matter if it ain't controlled by us?
I feel like we
How?
lack leadership.
How can we control it?
I mean, that's a fact. But I feel like the voice has to start somewhere. At the point in time,
true.
Black people's voices wasn't strong enough to start a Black Lives Matter campaign as far as money-wise, as far as getting in doors that we needed to get in. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not about the money, it's about the relationships. That's what people don't understand. Who I might know, it might be more valuable than having $100,000 right now. So I understand what you're saying. How can it sounds crazy that maybe a Jewish man is in charge of Black Lives Matter, but the fact I don't look at it as an issue because the fact that you have awareness where people of other races are willing to start a movement in favor of black people, that's a start somewhere. It has to start somewhere.
I agree.
It has to start because black people we don't have enough unity within ourselves to start a movement how Jewish people will start a movement.
So you believe that we need a kickstart because the other white people
Absolutely.
is doing it?
Absolutely.
Hold on.
But the same way
Absolutely.
the same way that they don't like black people, they don't like Jewish people either.
So let me finish too. Why, like, if you saying people kid, why you been in kid though? Why now? Why you been in kid? This been going on at a high scale.
That's not what we doing. See,
forever.
that's how you knock it back down when you say, "Why do you care now?" That's not what we saying.
It's just the fact that you care.
That's not a valid question.
No, it is a valid
it's
question.
not valid,
Pete.
but what we're saying is that is what's taking
not
away
valid, like-
from the unity. When y'all say there's people, if it's 100 people, 50 are saying, "Why y'all care now?" And these 50
You're
people are
dividing
saying,
them up.
"You're dividing them up."
I
When it
believe-
shouldn't even matter why we care
to
now
me,
or why we're acting now.
I think
'cause it's
that's a
not that-
valid question because
That's
that's
like-
like if y'all my friends. Every day I'm walking home from school, I get jumped all school year. Now next year school, you want to help me? Why now?
'Cause
What changed?
I feel bad.
What I got going on that's in your interest that
okay.
you want to protect me or help me now?
But let me.
what I got?
All right, so Pete,
I
let me
ran
ask you
into some money.
Maybe I wasn't
Can you
strong
benefit?
enough, or maybe
Can
I
you
didn't have
benefit
enough
off this?
courage.
Maybe right. You got to understand.
Is this
Maybe
like-
people don't have
The courage. They didn't-
Maybe
they
people
don't-
didn't have the
they
willpower.
thinking-
Maybe people looked at it differently. Nah, today gonna be the day P get them, and it ain't the day.
And they could be thinking it's just me. That's what I feel like everybody individually is thinking. It's just me. Will my just me be enough? Will my voice reach? anything reach, it's just me. So now when me and Kay get together, we can help pull together. And that's what we got to think about. Not how long it took, unless you get killed, but we have to come together, and that's just it. And not about thinking about the time. Right. Why it took you this long.
I don't think it should matter of why now.
That's it.
I mean, I get what you're saying. I do understand, like, this been going on for years, but I think that the why now is what's causing the division between people that's willing to help, that want to help, because it's like
can antelope kill a lion? Mm-hmm. One? No. Mm-hmm. But all of them together, they can.
I'm just saying though, like I see the white people out there. They with the black people. They marching, but for me, knowing their history, they always got a hidden agenda somewhere up in there. There's always a twist. So all I'm just saying, watch out for the twist. Because I believe it's coming. I don't care how it's coming.
Watch for the hook.
I'm not asking for the unity with the white and the black people. I'm literally just asking for just the black people to be united.
Yeah, but that's
if
hard,
the white
though.
people want to, join whatever, who cares? I don't,
See, but I also think that a lot of people get it confused. Like, I don't want this to be, black people's looking for a handout. I just want fair, just treatment. I don't want a handout. I don't want it to be, they need help. They looking for better. No, I just want the same opportunity that little Billy and little Johnny got. I want Ace to have. I want to be able to have. I want to be able to get pulled over by a cop and not be scared.
Worried about that I'm gonna die.
If I committed a crime, I want to be able to make it to jail. Let me get to the judge.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Take me to the judge and not the coroner.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I don't want it to be where I'm nervous walking past police, or police is nervous walking past.
So you want freedom, justice, and equality,
right? I don't want a handout, but people are confusing. Black people need this. That black people. No, that's not. We want equality. The same comfortability that you have when you walk in the store. I want to have that.
When y'all the ones that be stealing.
Right. Clearly.
All right. So your personal. Are you tired or you bored?
I'm tired. I've been tired. You know what I'm saying? As far as, just the mistreatment, just the fear of, and the anger of being a black man and having suppressed my anger of the mistreatment, the fear for my son. I'm definitely tired. As far as the looting and the rioting, again, I'm not out there protesting, nor am I out there rioting. And I feel like the rioting is a necessary evil. It has to happen. There's always been casualties of war. It's always been things that had to get sacrificed, burnt down for people to get an understanding. So if it took Ace Hardware store to burn down and Target and Gucci to get burnt down for people to understand that Black Lives Matter, that you can't kill a black man on social media and get away with it, then God damn it, burn it down. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. Because at the end of the day, George Floyd is not going to be here next week. That Target going to be up and running in 30 days, 60 days, however.
And not only is he scared about crime, also being in your own house.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because now that they feel like, okay, well, something is happening, the wheels are in motion with the George Floyd situation. Now they moving on to also Breonna, the girl that got killed in her house.
As they should.
So you had a no-knock warrant
Happy
for a
belated
guy.
birthday to her.
They had a no-knock warrant, and the person that they was looking for was already in police custody. Then you charged some man for breaking into y'all house shooting, and he starts shooting. Now that he's out.
Yeah.
But it's like, this is what we have to deal with. Imagine.
So when they go from there,
right,
I feel like, because again, no one's being distracted with all these other things, they're gonna move on to the next one that they feel. So now they want to open up the Sandra Bland situation, because come on now, let's just be for
all right.
real.
So like, just say they open up all these unjustified shoot, which is a bunch, and they convict all these cops. All these cops in prison now, right? So now people gonna be cheering. What's our next move? All right.
I think for the police, not to cut you off, just to piggyback so I don't lose my train of thought. They have to train these police that if you working in urban areas, that you can't, you have to know who you're dealing with. You have to when you become a cop after you get out of the academy, you can't have somebody that lived in Long Island, that never been in the urban, that never been to Brooklyn, never been to Dykeman, Queens, wherever. You can't have them by themselves. You have to know the community that you're policing.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because that natural fear, you either gonna forget your training and think about self-preservation. So if you thinking that this guy's gonna kill you because what you feeling in his phone is a cell phone, but you so scared you think it's a gun, now you shoot him. And it's because what? The first thing they say was, I was scared, I thought he had a gun. But if we in a community, if you have somebody that's trained to be in an urban community,
They need more training.
You understand, right? Look, I read this. I think it takes like 800 hours, 850 hours to be a cop.
It takes more to be a barber.
1,500 hours to be a barber.
It takes like more time to be a beautician.
It takes more time to get
intensive.
Yo, you have to go through 4 years of apprenticeship in construction before you become a journeyman. It takes 800 hours to get out of the police academy.
That's
That
not
is
enough.
no way.
It's not enough.
That's not enough training to be policing, especially
In charge of people's lives.
Major cities. You got cities like New York. You got city like California. You got city like Miami. You got Houston, Dallas. You have all of these places that you can't. If you are not trained, you're gonna naturally be scared.
It's not enough.
You can't put
if a beautician mess up somebody here, you got to start all over.
Mm-hmm.
You getting sued. You doing all of this stuff. You got to start all over. So the fact that some of these officers have all these different incidences. Oh, here this person, lawsuit for 200,000, 50,000, 60,000. That's alarming to me. Mm-hmm. That everybody. First of all, they cannot. That's not a job where it could be a few bad apples. That's not that job. That's not that job. That's not that job. You cannot be like, like Chris Rock said, like. You can't have, some of our pilots like to land. No, all of them have to land.
Right.
So I feel like there needs to be a reform in the police. Absolutely. Period. Because it's not just New York. It's all over the place that they're acting like, we the judge, jury, and the prosecution of everything.
Well, I think she's right. It got to be a reform within the police across America. But then we got to, when you're trying to understand something, right, or you're trying to understand the child, the first thing they look at when a child is misbehaving in school, what's his home like? Like, what's home like?
Right.
With the police, you got to figure out what's their roots, like where they come from.
And that's what he said.
And now,
that's what he said.
Police force come from overseer of the plantation. They was slave patrol. Mm-hmm. They had badges too. Mm-hmm. Runaway slave. They was catching slaves. So if police was a branch off, or the same thing, just a different name.
So going back to officer, why would you be a black person wanting to be police?
Let me finish explaining. So now they put a little more incentives on it. You get paid, get your gun, your vest, pension, get take care of your family. But a lot of black people don't know that. Right. They don't know the history. So you join in this organization, you don't know the history of it. So they're never going to change because you don't run the police department. I don't care if they give you a white shirt and say you're a sergeant. You ain't the police commissioner. And my knowledge, it was never black in New York City. I don't think so.
I'm not sure. I don't know the history behind.
We could look that up probably, but so if you're not gonna, if they came from that, you ain't gonna never change that because that's their roots.
Even if they black, like, and not you, we all been arrested. We all been away. It be the black police that go harder than the white cops.
Why? Because they get brainwashed to feel that way, and they training. Yo, these are thugs. These are rapists. These are murderers. These are deadbeat dads.
So why would a black person want to be police?
That's a $1 million question.
Maybe.
Who do they hate more, traffic enforcement or police?
Right.
I heard that because it's many opinions. They can say I'm here to make a change.
They curse traffic enforcement out even if they see them. They don't even have to give them a ticket.
We have one. Okay, Benjamin Ward.
Benjamin Ward was the black police commissioner in New York City. Was the first. Okay. But we're talking about in this day and age right now. Let's just say they got an opening to be in the police academy July 1st. what would inspire somebody right now? And I don't really want to hear to make a change. I can't. I feel like stop it. What will make you, aside from I need a pension, I need job security, what will make you become a cop? Because it's you're not making
that's it right
you're
there.
not making a change.
That's it right there.
A teacher makes a change.
Right.
A teacher makes a change. I'm trusting you to educate my kid for 8 hours. The things that I can't teach him, the things that you went to school for and had advanced learning in, you're making a change. You're teaching my son things that I can't do on my own.
Because I have to go to work.
Right. A police officer is supposed to do what? You're supposed to feel
Protect
safe.
and serve.
I'm not.
I don't feel safe.
You
When is
can't.
the first time you ever got a gun pulled on you by the police?
I was in
Niggas was
high school.
was teenagers.
How old was you?
Niggas
I was in
probably
high
like
school.
16,
High school?
17 years
Oh,
old.
okay.
And they was all,
I was 21.
It was all female cops.
I was 16, 17 years old when I first had a gun pulled on me. So it's nothing. My upbringing was never nothing safe about police. And this was before I even was dabbling in the streets, before I was doing my 1-2. I still didn't feel comfortable talking to the police. How you doing today? I'm acting like I'm retarded. No, I don't know what you talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that
I wouldn't even let the crossing guard cross me. You know, that's how much I ain't fuck with
12.
police. Like I cross the street on my damn self.
do you think that police now with the youth in schools like elementary, junior high, do they need to interact more with them so they can understand these young kids and say, damn, these not the kids that we was trained to believe they was, so they could get a better rapport with them. So now when they're in community and they see these kids growing up, they can say, nah, I know him. He's a good kid, man. Fall back. He ain't like that. Because you know them. Because you interacting with them. Not just seeing them and then going off for your training, these all the bad thugs.
You know that.
Understanding the household these kids come from. Like, we all went to school. We was young. Everybody didn't have it like us, so we probably went through hard times in school, and sometimes they reflect on your schoolwork.
Right.
So in our communities, things is tough. Like, we go through it. It's a struggle. It's real. So these police don't understand that. And then when I was in junior high, police, I don't remember them coming up to the school and interacting with us, talking to us, and
when they
stuff
did,
like
they
that.
was trying to get you to tell. See something, say something.
Yeah, like, only time we saw them if something happened.
Dare you to tell.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't have programs.
That's all they wanted you to do is tell on who had.
They don't want to do their own work. That's why. That's why I don't respect y'all snitches, because they getting paid and y'all doing their job for free.
Y'all doing the legwork. But no, P,
I just think it should be a program where police interact with kids so they can know. They know the proper ways when they get stopped. They know their rights and things to do.
I think that would have to be.
It don't even matter about your rights at this point, because they don't even. That's the whole thing, is that they don't even care about you. If you know your rights, they get more upset that you know.
But I think, but like what you said, P, I think that it would have to start with kids in the elementary system, because teenagers today are already brainwashed.
Yeah, the next generation. That's what I'm talking about.
So right now, that would be a double O like that. Nah, we can't. I think kids that's in elementary school, the kids that you have in kindergarten through 6th grade, I think that would be a perfect example to have police come and interact with them. You know, every one day out the week, you have police come from different precincts and different areas and get to interact with kids, watch them growing up.
And I'm not like, and we gotta stop thinking on a hood level. Like a mentality on how we feel. Like these kids, like, that's young, right? Police, if something happened in their house, they kids. They're like, I was taught to call 911 for emergency. Mm-hmm. So they're taught that, and let's be all honest, police do save people's lives.
Absolutely.
Firefighters do save people's lives.
Nobody's saying.
But why you don't hear people say fuck the fire department?
Because they ain't out here killing nobody.
All right then.
Why you don't hear people say fuck the ambulance?
How about they can, but they could.
Killing.
Not that they killing them, but they could. They can let them die, and they can still say.
You ain't never hear about a white firefighter leave a black kid in a burning building? I never heard that.
They risk their life every day. Like, shout out
You
to
gotta be a brave individual to
Exactly.
run into a burning building.
That
you
has to be
understand what
your
I'm saying?
passion. That's not just a job you get.
And police.
So that's what it needs to be.
Being a police officer has to be your
It
passion.
has to be your
It can't
passion
be a job.
that you
It
want
can't
to
be
protect
because
and serve.
It's certain shit that you're not gonna do. A firefighter knows that when they get that call,
They're risking their life.
They're risking their life.
They might not make it
You should
back.
have that same mentality when you put on your badge and uniform, that this is my passion, that I'm going to die protecting these people that I took an oath for. That this is not a job. This is not a 9 to 5 or whatever shift you work. And that's the problem. It's just a job to them. So when it's just a job to you, I got to make it home to my family by any means necessary. When a firefighter, they know that I might not make it home to my family.
So that
but
takes
I want
away
to make
everything
sure
that you said, like,
these
oh, they gotta
families
get the
okay.
check, they
This
gotta
is
get
what
the
I'm
check.
saying. That's why I said, if it's not a passion, if it's not something that I love being a police, you want to know why? Because little Sally gives me a hug every day when she's walking to school. I watch little Bobby play. I watch little Bobby play basketball. Every time I'm buying him an icy or whatever the case may be, or Miss Mary is saying thank you for keeping my neighborhood safe. This is a job to them. They don't care about the people that they're policing. They don't care about that. They're caring about the next collar. They're caring about the next promotion. They're caring about
The quotas.
Their quotas. They don't care about that.
That could also work both ways though. And let me explain why. Like you said, that cop could put their badge on. Yo, it's my passion. I'm gonna go out here and protect and serve. I'm gonna protect the ones that can't protect themselves. Then you got the other cop.
I'm gonna go out here and kill
Yo,
them.
I'm gonna go out here and let these niggas know I run shit and I kill one
Right.
if I have to. So
What's the percentage?
that's the war in between.
What's the percentage?
It's more. I believe it's more white cops than black. So, and
No, but what's the
and-
percentage of, because it's not just white cops killing black people, what's the percentage of them saying, oh, you know what, I'm going to really do my job, I'm going to
But
make
there's
sure
some
that...
cops out here that really doing their job.
But I'm asking you, what is the percentage? What do you
I don't know the facts, but it's
no,
more.
not the facts. I'm just
it's
saying, what do
more
you
white
feel?
racist cops that want to hurt us than there's more white or black cops that want to protect us.
Okay, so now do we have that same percentage with firefighters? Absolutely
I never
not.
saw a bad firefighter.
Absolutely
At all.
not.
So I mean, like I said, I get what you're saying, and I think in a different world that would be ideal. Like
But right now in our world, it's not. And I
right now,
understand.
it's not. You know, right now the system is not. And I feel bad for black police officers that are police that are good cops. I do feel bad for you guys. But the choice that you made to become a cop, this is a choice. Nobody forced you to do that.
And you can't go
Whether you
against
spoke
them.
up behind the closed doors or whether you spoke up in public, at the end of the day,
you got a double negative because
Yeah.
you're black and then you're a cop. So
Right.
now it's like you don't fit in anywhere at this point.
that white
black
officer
people
in
not
Harlem
gonna like you.
don't know that you a cop.
Exactly.
When you don't have that uniform
They
on,
already did
unless-
that. They killed the undercover cop when he was going to his
2009.
car.
Yeah.
I remember that because I couldn't go to the
2009.
hospital.
I forgot his name. He was just getting off work.
Mm-hmm.
A dude was breaking in his car actually. So he was in pursuit of him. I believe with his gun out, chasing him.
And they killed.
Detectives was going back to the precinct. They saw him chasing him, and they shot him. And then come to find out he was a cop.
Right.
So they even killing.
They
They
killing
cop.
their own. So
Well, you-
I just think that, so emotionally, let me ask y'all, from last week's episode, we touched with George Floyd, everything that was happening. Emotionally, where you guys at now after the whole country, the 4 officers being arrested, the whole country's in an uproar. Emotionally, mentally, where y'all at right now?
Well, right now I'm all for the people. I'm for the cause. I went protesting Thursday, a little bit.
I went
and,
Wednesday.
I didn't go.
I love it,
I'm
but
on parole.
I'm kind of ready for things to get back to normal, to see would people still keep the same
Do you
energy.
think that
Right.
it's going back to normal?
Well, I don't know. Well, no,
Do you
no.
think that it could ever be normal after this, though?
As far as what the
I'm
COVID,
just
the COVID-19
the world,
situation.
COVID, the
The hoax,
rioting,
you mean?
everything.
The
Because
hoax.
I'm waiting for this 2 weeks to be up, because that means if they saying all 50 states was protesting, that means everybody was outside everywhere.
Yeah,
so if
so-
people are not dropping dead in the street in one more week,
Like I
Y'all
said,
played.
man, I don't know like their agenda was, but like I feel that it was made up, and like I said, things will go back to normal, because when it's normal, it's going to be a whole bunch of money made, and this country loves to make money.
and that's why they should
So,
not be spending the money. They should keep
it's
it in
gonna-
the black
it's gonna-
communities, and that's what they
It's going to
should
go
do.
back to normal, and like I said, I'm just with for the people, but this energy that I see from this movement, I want it
I'm
to
loving it.
continue.
I'm loving
Don't
it.
let NBA, baseball, hockey, football, restaurants back open, the clubs, strip clubs distract you. So like I said, that's when we really gonna see.
Okay.
Right.
Where you at mentally?
I'm
where
actually
you at?
mentally I'm fine. Again, I went and protested on Wednesday. I won't confirm or deny if I, was going looting, but I did, and I feel like my friend. He was like, "Yo, you feel so strong about this," and I'm like, because I got brothers, I got friends. You know what I'm saying? I got cousins. This could be us,
Right.
and so I do feel strongly about it. I feel like it needs to be a change. So I'm always gonna speak on it. I'm gonna always talk. Just like, okay, the video, whatever recording of them talking over the radio, right? So this girl, she's like,
What's that? The 77, right?
the 77th. So was it?
Or the 70?
The 77th. Yeah, the 75th is in East New York. So she was like, no, they stole the radio. I'm like, all right, they stole the radio.
Oh my God.
Murder. I said they stole. Okay, so you saying because she worked like for 911? I said they stole the radio. Okay, granted, cool. Did they also steal the car when they was running them over? Because this is what they said on the video, on the recording. He said, "Oh, there's protesters on Dean and Albany. We can't get through. This is one officer. Somebody else chimes in, run them over. The next person, shoot those motherfuckers."
Right.
So now the first officer that called in the incident said, "Don't say that over the air."
Yeah.
So I say to her, if your friend, because I know her, if your friend texts you like, "Yo, let's go looting," what is your response gonna be? The fuck? What are you talking about? No, who is this?
Jesus loves
You understand
That's
what I'm
texting
saying?
you back.
But no, because you work in law enforcement, so of course that's gonna be what? What is this? An oxymoron? Who is talking? Because when he said, "Don't say it over the air," I know that's how they talk.
Right.
That's how they talk. So he wasn't alarmed like somebody must have stole his radio.
Yeah, right.
He knew,
Who he was
this is
talking
one
to.
of my comrades, my constituents. So that's why he knew to say, "Don't say it."
co-defendants.
Exactly.
Right.
That's how he knew to say, "Don't say it over the air."
Right.
Instead of saying, "Yo, check what's the name radio or whatever. Who is that on it? Somebody must have stole it." I said, when the black person stole the radio, they rapping, they were saying "suck my dick." They not gonna tell them to run somebody over or shoot them,
Right.
knowing that could really happen. On top of it, really it being a possibility, it happened. They ran those protesters down on Flatbush Avenue.
Right. I mean, I just think that
I feel I'm all right. I'm all right. Like Poliano said, the energy, I'm loving it. I want y'all to keep doing it. And I'm not just saying y'all, and I'm not going to be there because, like I said, I went. Then they try to keep me here. I don't live here. I don't live in New York. So they like, "Oh, no, you can't even come into the city." Driving, they shut Uber down, everything.
right.
It's okay. How you feel?
I think I'm loving it. Like I said, I feel like it's time for people to get a taste, racist people to get a taste of their own medicine. I feel like, when that person finally had enough, and it's like, all right, now I'm gonna beat that ass. Like, I let you that turn the other cheek. I feel like it's quiet for that, and I think that's what we need. You have to understand that there's gonna be consequences and repercussions if you violate. Now, we could either do it the right way, or we could get on some gangster shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's clear y'all don't want to do the gangster shit, so do it the right way the first time so it don't have to go this route. Because it's clear to see that people don't care. Once you start dealing with people that don't give a fuck or have nothing to lose, you
And I feel like
automatically
that's where they are.
lost. That's where people are at. You have people that are without a job, have no money,
Without a job.
stressed. The stress of being black, the stress of being out of work, wondering when their next meal, where their next dollar's gonna come from. You have all of that, and you're taking that. There's no way you're gonna win. People are tired. People are frustrated. So again, like I said, shout out to everybody that's protesting. Shout out to everybody that's on the front line. Know myself, I have not been out there, and I'm not gonna be out there. I'm on parole. I don't got time to be getting caught up, get locked up. I can't explain that to my PO.
I
don't
wanted
wanna do all that.
I wanted to ask, what did they need the bell, whatever, for if there is no bell?
Well, no, because it's not that there's no bail, but it's just because I think they suspended habeas corpus, which means that
Okay.
you got to go in front of a judge
Okay.
within 24 hours. But because of so many people getting arrested, because of everything being backed up, that a lot of people that are being arrested for whatever.
They're staying there.
They're staying in
Okay,
there over
okay,
24
I was just
hours.
confused.
So
I was just confused, but-
that's what it is. So, but we definitely want y'all to tune into last week's episode, see,
Yup.
the events that led up to this week's episode.
Like, subscribe, comment.
Like,
Let us know
subscribe.
what you think.
spit your game, talk
Talk
your
your
ish.
ish.
Right.
The
You know what I'm saying?
podcast.
Episode 4. Thank you for tuning in. See y'all next week.
Peace. Be safe.
Your game, talk your shit, grab your gat, call your clip, squeeze your clip, hit the right one. Pass that weed, got the like one. Squeeze your clip, hit the right one.